तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू बढ़ता.
Now we've got some questions which have come up over a period of time, which Bhamini madam has collected. Many competitive exams coming up in 21. Should I focus on them or go for a job? Yeah, this was a question which was posed to me by Diksha also, and this is a real life situation. One thing is that broadly speaking, I promote the idea of people working. Because of the reasons I think I need not repeat, it gives you confidence, it's a part of your growth process which is important, and financial independence enhances your confidence also. All these things are there. Now, there may be a situation when a student gets in touch with me. He is to write his exams in February, which are coming of CDS and AFCAT, and I find that he needs some time to work on these things, and he can be getting a job, and he can be getting a job of something like buy juice, which take your juice totally. So only buy juice will be taking your juice, and you will be left with very little fizz for your CDS and AFCAT. In that kind of situation, I would say that you might as well write the exam and then go for it. So that way we can take a decision case by case. But broadly speaking, I promote the idea that a person should start working and not keep sitting at home and keep preparing for these competitive examinations. Fine. What if I don't have an understandable handwriting for TST? This was a question. Do I need to answer it? I'll skip this question. Okay. Gap years between 12th and graduation for preparations have any impact on SSB? Okay. You see, whenever you have wasted your time in life, like you read in your the practical guide which you have got. By the way, please read that book. All the things there are relevant, and particularly the things which are not about SSB are very, very relevant. Read the story of Ajay Singh, Raj Purohit, who took 6 years to pass his engineering. So he took 2 years extra. So here a person has taken a drop, thinking that he will improve, and most probably he would not have improved, he or she. Because that's generally the case. Because people get used to wasting time. Now, the thing is that it definitely has a negative impact to the extent that it shows that this is your historical track record. However, you always have an option of changing your habits and improving yourself, just the way Ajay Singh did. And then he was fit for selection. And mind you, why his case study is very important? Because see, not only he had done this, when he cleared his SSB, he was working, and he was working as a general manager of a restaurant, which is also a very taxing job. He used to discuss a lot of things with me about the restaurant management. It was a taxing job. And I always kept advising him not to quit it, because he will learn his lessons of life from there, and that was a fact. So this is what it is. If you continue to be a time waster, then of course you will not get selected, even if you have not dropped a year. But if you have dropped a year and all that, later on you have improved, you have changed your outlook in life, then things will work out. The interviewer judge on our past mistake despite our growth. No. The interviewing officer is just trying to know you. See, all of you I have spoken to. If somebody is new, I have not interviewed, then may not be the case. But for all of you who I have spoken to, I have found out how you grew up as a child. What your parents were doing, what your family members are doing, how much agriculture land you have, what all things you have, and all those things. कि दूध निकाला है नहीं निकाला है. No, I'm trying to understand totally as to how you grew up as a child, thereafter through your schooling, colleging, and all that, and the way now you are. This helps me create your picture, construct your profile. So that is what it is. When you start thinking that he is being judgmental about past mistakes and all that, because you see, if you failed in an exam, he will ask you, "Why, क्यों fail हो गया था?" It's a natural curiosity. Fine. So those are the things. If you take it with that outlook, it is good. But if you become defensive and you try to then tell lies to cover up, then you are creating problems for yourself. So that should not be your outlook. It is just that he is trying to construct a genuine picture of you right from the way you grew up from childhood till the time you are sitting in front of him. And based on that, decisions they will take. Because there are various things. You see, if a guy has come from village and he has not been exposed to the English language, and then he spent little time in college and he is improved, well, it's credible. Similarly, it's like, a guy comes from a backward village from my state or Bihar, and he's having comparable capabilities with a guy coming from the capital, Delhi, and he studied in a good school and good college all through because of his parentage and location. Then naturally the person who's coming from a lower socio-economic background is a more competent person. So all these things are relevant to our understanding of a person. Fine. So you should not get concerned. You just do the work which you are required to do, the aspects I have told you to improve upon them, and go there confidently, considering that you are fit for selection, and whatever is asked, you answer in a frank manner. That will give you results. And you would have realized by speaking to so many of the successful candidates that this is what they have done. Incidentally, this reminds me, we had one of our student, Pranav Raghav. He cleared SSB in his 19th attempt for Air Force, and then he was medically unfit for flying, and then he was declared medically unfit for ground duties also. Now he cleared SSB twice later, 20th attempt and 21st attempt, and now he is cleared medically everything, and he is made it to the merit and he'll be joining. So यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. People have this hang up कि वो 6, 7 time and all that, वो repeaters के against biased हो जाते हैं. तो biased होते तो वो 21st time में तो नहीं होता ना फिर select. Fine. Does the assessor have higher expectations with cadets of scenic school than civilian? No. Nothing. We have got this criteria of checking whether you measure up with the qualities which are required, irrespective of your background. And the thing I told, that if a person from scenic school has developed social adjustment and leadership qualities, it will be, he has got a better environment to do that. So he should have. So to that extent, little bit of higher expectation would be there. Like I told you, a person who's coming from a best top school and a person coming from a lower level school and they're having similar marks, then the guy who's coming from a lower level school is definitely better. Like I remember when I joined NDA, we found that some of these guys who came from this top level schools, they were about, I would say, 5-7% you could, reduce from their capabilities, So if a guy was a 80% type and I was a 70% guy, then I would say that he would be about 1 or 2% academically better than me. That's about all. Actually, these questions don't help you at all, I have told you this thing, this information I have given you now, I have answered this question. How has it helped anyone out of you? Yes, has this information been of any use to you?
No, sir. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
This information is like this, na? Like once upon a time, Sherlock Holmes was told that the world is round, which he did not know.
Right.
So then the person said, now that you have this information which you did not know, what are you going to do about it? He said, I'll get it out of my mind at the earliest. Because I don't need this information. So this information you don't need. Okay. Does getting emotional during an interview when asked about family is bad? No. Nothing is bad. What is that? You see, what happens if you are reminded of some incident of your life and you narrate that, then the same emotions which you had experienced at that time do come up. There's nothing abnormal about it. There's nothing like good, bad. Yeah.
Okay, so sir, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
So they won't judge you if you have a past bad, experiences in your life. So they won't judge you the way you say it.
But that's part of how you've grown up.
All right.
Yeah.
Because during my interview, sir,
Yes.
I was asked a lot of personal questions, and like initially my personal life was not as good as like others, you can say, because we have had a fair share of things. So that is why even this question concerned me.
Fine. You see, thing is that you don't get bothered. You see, so long as as per your conscience, you have taken good decisions and you have worked sincerely, you have nothing to get bothered about.
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Fine, sir.
Yeah. And generally, the people who have faced difficulties, they are stronger and more competent.
All right, sir. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, it is a fact. भाई जो डिफिकल्टीज में टेस्ट ही नहीं हुआ उसका तो डाउट है ना.
Right, sir.
जो टेस्ट हो गया उसका तो क्लैरिटी है.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah. Okay.